One evening in the late 1970s, a pretty young girl was talking on the telephone in the kitchen. The phone was a rotary phone and hung on the wall over the kitchen counter. There were a pair of scissors lying on the counter, and she began playing with them. For some unexplained reason, she cut the long, springy, coiled telephone cord that connected the ear and mouthpiece to the phone. She looked at what she had done, astonished. She had no explanation why she did it. Her mother was silent. Days later, her father installed a new cordless phone. The phone had no cord, and you could carry it into another room and even outside to the front or backyard. Her father never said anything to her about what happened to the previous phone. She had never seen one before, and she thought it was cool. The cordless phone was the phone that she grew up with as a teenager. When she was a young woman, some people wore beepers or pagers and would use a payphone on the street to return a phone call if they were paged by someone. She was never interested in having a pager, and preferred using a household cordless phone with a separate answering machine to take missed calls. It wasn't until she was almost 30 that she got her first cell phone. It was a black flip-top cell phone. She wasn't overly excited about it, but they were cheap and convenient to use. Around 2014, she bought her first smartphone. Again, she wasn't overly excited and thought they were sort of strange. She was just going to buy a similar cell phone like the one she had that was getting worn out and old. But a male associate told her how great the smartphones were. She still had a digital camera and enjoyed taking pictures, but the feature she liked on the smartphone was being able to take pictures on her phone, and the screen to view the pictures and web pages were bigger, and it had a touch screen instead of a raised button keyboard, to which those were very small. She had no idea what the future held with the phone, and that people would eventually rely on them to conduct all their business with and get rid of their landline phones. She was content using her computer, an old home PC, and using GeoCities to build websites filled with her poetry and upload her artwork. She enjoyed drawing and painting by hand and some interest in digital photography. She used American Online (AOL) as her internet service provider, hooked up to a modem, connected to her landline phone. The sound it made as it dialed looking for an internet connection was a welcoming sound. Sometimes it took a minute or two to load the pages, but no one seemed to mind. Most waited patiently. With today's high-speed internet connection, people would get extremely frustrated if it took that long to load a page from the World Wide Web. Times have changed fairly dramatically since the 1980s. There was a lot of excitement during that time, and people looked forward to the future. Decades later, the outlook concerning tech in the year 2025 is stagnated and strange. Grandparents were hoping the golden age would be in full swing. It probably hasn't arrived due to various reasons. One of them being a Cold War on technology and wondering if people can enjoy their lives letting go of their jobs as robots replace the workforce. Many people have lost their vibrant culture, national identity, racial identity, religious identity, gender identity, and families. And the only thing left for many of them to identity with is their job being that one thing left to validate their existence. Although there are some people who seem to have an indisposable amount of money who are happy and just play, travel, tinker around, and invent. Maybe the golden age is really here, and eyes need to be open to see all the wonderful things going on around them. You can only hope is not lost.